guys, welcome to another episode. Today we'll be starting in Terrelka again, and yeah, let's see what we have for breakfast. So this is what I'm having. I'm having some eggs with some salt and butter and croissant with some tea. You know who else has tea? My dad. He also has a croissant and some potato salad. And he has some sort of pizza with a sausage and 2 eggs. You know who else has 2 eggs? My mom. She has 2 eggs, a coffee, a semolina, which is like this oats, Russian oats, and then we got a pastry. And this is what we're having for breakfast. We're out and about again. As you can see, it's quite cold out today as always, but the sun is always just shining, so it's not very cold. Anyways, let's go. We got a lot to explore today. It's drizzling. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite wet, the roads, the floor. Still waiting for a bus though. Should be here soon. So like our bus is here. Let's get on. Alright, so we finally got off the bus, and here is the St. Isaac Cathedral. It is humongous. It is raining, so we decided maybe we'll check this out because it's an indoor attraction. So yeah, it appears to be under renovation with scaffolding and covers and all. But you can still see its massive dome, 4 little tiny domes, crosses and all, pillars, cathedrals, everything, statues too. Let's go inside. So basically, the St. Isaac Cathedral is famous for its huge dome, the biggest in St. Petersburg. Look up there, you can see the huge golden dome. Most cathedrals have golden domes, but this is the biggest in St. Petersburg, so we're here to check it out. So here's the entrance. You can see many huge pillars and the beautiful capitals at the top. Look at that roof! Amazing, isn't it? Anyways, let's enter. We want to see the inside. So here's the door to the cathedral, as you can see, with many saints holding crosses. Peter the Great, every other thing. Well, anyways, I want to see the inside actually. I mean, outside may be grand, but inside's better. You can see the roof of the entrance is pretty good, with a lot of nice patterns. And then when you come down the pillars, a nice, beautiful, smooth stone. However, if you touch the bottom, solid copper. All the bases of the pillars are solid copper. Anyway, so that's the entrance. Let's go. This is a huge cathedral. Like, they even show how they constructed, how they installed the columns, how they installed the pillars, how they installed the walls, and how they did the paints. And oh my freaking god! When you step in the cathedral as grand as this, you will feel like you're really in the presence of a god. Because whoever built this place and designed it is a god. Like, damn, have you seen this place? Each column installed is about 114 tons and 17 meters high. It will take a lot of people to just carry it, but then they thought of an idea. They put up some wooden scaffolding, and then they attached all the columns to the crane, and then using a sideways winch called a capstan, they basically lifted it up and placed it into the block, into like the little hole that was set for the columns. And that practically worked. The last column was installed in 1830, and there are about 48 in the entire cathedral. Next to this door, you can see a portrait of St. Isaac, as you can see, just there, also admiring the cathedral, I guess, because he's holding like some sort of blueprints for St. Isaac Cathedral. so this part, it may seem like illusion from far away, but the closer you get, you notice that there's some scaffoldings and stuff behind the cloth because they're actually undergoing restoration in this area. You can still see what it looks like with this illusion cloth thing that's in the front of everything. So this part of the cathedral, the altar, this side altar is actually it's a camera-free zone. You're not allowed to take any videos inside there. Let's go look at something else. In the side they're restoring the cathedral. They actually left a little opening to this room here, which is where they baptize babies, and there's a ceremony going on. So as you can see inside there, the priest is holding the baby. They're about to dip it into the water. I haven't seen the baptism before. This should be interesting. The baby has been baptized. So that was the St. Isaac Cathedral. Beautiful. Let's go check out the next icon, St. Petersburg. So across from me is the current Russian Navy base. The Russian Navy is really powerful, the most powerful in the world. Nuclear, submarines, warships, everything that you could possibly think of. And this is it. Anchor, statue, flag, pillar. Yay! So in front of the nice yellow building, there's this huge garden park, and over here we can see the bronze horseman. Let's go to the front and see his beautiful face. The rhinos are also pretty cool, and everything else is also pretty cool. They're all made fully from bronze. Even the letters on the stone. This stone is called the Thunderstone, and it was carved from one huge boulder, and it just sat here. And then they put a statue on it. What a cool conclusion to this whole statue thing. Very nice. All around it, there are also these nice looking flowers that will leaf here and plant. Very cool. And it's starting to rain again. Well, I guess we have to go. Goodbye, horsey. Goodbye, Mr. Horseman. Hello. Yes, we are here. This river embankment is really beautiful. The canal is a lot of boats, especially since what we saw last episode with all those boats just clumped under the bridge. So right now we're on the palace bridge, as you can see. If you look on the ground, we can see like little folds, that the little like hinges on the bridge when the bridge starts rising. Let's go to the middle and see the So right now we're on the palace bridge, and now we can see the place where the hinges are, from where the bridge actually folds up. Let's go see the middle. So that's the middle bridge. This is the part where it actually lifts up. Let's go see the middle. But first, let's check out the view. So on this side we can see this fence. The fence has a star and some banners and flags and flowers. Nice Russia. And then over here we got some more. Yeah, it's really nice. So when you're on the middle of the bridge, you can see two things. The first thing is the split or the gap that's between each bridge. The second thing is obviously the view from the middle of the bridge. You can see some boats passing by. You can see other bridges. You can see the port. You can see the beautiful buildings. And there's actually one more thing. You can actually see straight down the middle into the water. Epic. So from the bridge we also see where we were just now, seeing the St. Isaac Cathedral. That's the Admiralty, the Navy, Russian Navy base thing. Not really a base, but you know, it's where they have meetings and whatnot. Then over there you can see Palace Square, it's just with the palace. And then, yeah, you can see the Hermitage also, the Hermitage Museum. So welcome to the cafe and restaurant Neva. It's the Neva River and this is the name of the restaurant. Let's go inside and see what they have.
As a big chicken.
Alright, Dad. So our food is here. Can you explain what this is?
It's rice, pilaf rice with from Azerbaijan. It has lamb, grilled lamb.
I see.
Perfect.
So what we have next is this kebab with vegetables and some delicious sauce. As you can see, the kebab is nicely roasted with some good old sauce. Pretty nice. The final food that we have is pasta. This is mushroom pasta from Italy with Parmesan cheese. Looks very nice.